Good morning, friends. Today we are discussing the chapters Inspection and Statistical Quality Control, which is the part of the subject Industrial Engineering. At the end of lectures, you are able to learn following 5 points. First one is basic concepts of quality control, inspection and statistical quality control. Second one is exception sampling. Third one is OC curve. Fourth one is sampling plans. And fifth one is control charts for variables and attributes. Now, before going to the our points, one should very clear about what is quality control, and what is statistical quality control. So, first one, what is quality? Different meaning of quality could be attached to the word quality under different circumstances. The word quality does not mean the quality of manufactured product only, but it may refer to the quality of the process, means either man, material or machine, and even that quality of the management. We may say that quality of the product as the degree in which it fulfills the requirement of the customer. For example, gear used in the sugarcane extracting machine may not have good surface finish, may not have good tolerance and accuracy as compared to gear of headstock spindle of the lathe machine. But it may consider as good quality if it will work satisfactorily in the juice extracting machine. So we can say that quality is the term which is related to the final use of the product or end use of the product. Now, what is quality control? The term quality control has variety of meanings. Quality control is the process through which we measure the actual quality performance, compare it with the standards, and take corrective actions if there is any deviation. Quality control is a systematic control of various factors that will affect the quality of the product, and it depends on material, tool, machine, types of labor, working conditions, measuring instruments, and so on. What is inspection? Inspection is the most common method of attaining standardization, uniformity, and quality of workmanship. Inspection is the function of quality control. If the said item does not fall within the zone of acceptability, it will be rejected and corrective measure will be applied to see that the future items will conform to the specified standards. So, is there any difference between inspection and quality control or not? There is definitely certain difference between inspection and quality control. Inspection is a part of quality control, whereas quality control involves inspection at particular stages. But inspection does not mean entire quality control. Second one is inspection is an art of checking materials, parts, components or products at various stages in manufacturing and sorting out the defective items from the good items. Whereas quality control is an effective system for integrating quality development, quality maintenance and quality improvement efforts of various groups in an organization to enable the productions to be carried out at most economical level and to achieve satisfaction of the customers. In short, we can say that what is learned from the inspection is used as a basis to ascertain whether the quality of the product to be produced will meet the specifications or not. Now, what is statistical quality control? A quality control system performs inspection, testing and analysis to ensure that the quality of the products produced is as per the laid down quality standards. It is called statistical quality control when statistical techniques are employed to control, to improve and to maintain quality or to solve quality related problems. So, statistics is the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation and presentations of the data, and it is based on the law of large numbers and mathematical theory of probability. Now, what is exception sampling? Exception sampling is the method of one types of inspection. It is the process of evaluating a portion of the product or material in a lot for the purpose of either accepting or rejecting the lot for confirm or not confirm the quality specifications. There are always two ways in which inspection is carried out: 100% inspections and sampling inspections. In 100% inspection, all the parts or products are subjected to inspection, whereas in sampling inspections, only a sample is drawn from the lot and it is inspected. So, definitely, sampling inspection is most preferable as compared to 100% inspection due to its certain advantages. The most important advantages is the cost and time required for sampling inspections is quite less as compared to 100% inspection. Second advantage is problem of inspection fatigue, which occurs in 100% inspection, is eliminated. And third important advantage is less damage to the products because only few items are subjected to handling during the inspections. But there are also certain risks which is associated with sampling inspections, which are risk of making wrong decisions because the sample usually provided less information about the product than 100% inspection. And second one is some extra planning and documentation is necessary. So in order to achieve result of exception sampling successfully, one must consider following 5 factors before selecting certain lots. First one is randomness of the sample. Second one is sample size. Third one is quality characteristics to be tested. Fourth one is exception criteria, and fifth one is lot size. In short, the success of exception sampling will depends upon scientific selection of above 5 criteria. Now what is OC curve? What is operating characteristics curve? The OC curve for an attribute sampling plan is a graph of fraction defective in a lot against the probability of exceptions. For any fraction defective, say P, in a submitted lot, the OC curve will show the probability PA that such a lot will accepted by the sampling plan or not. Consider one example. Capital N is equal to lot size from which samples are drawn is equal to 1000. Small n is equal to sample size of 5 and C is equal to exception number of 2. It means take randomly sample of 5 from the lot of 1000. If the sample contains more than 2 defectives, reject the lot, otherwise accept the lot. By changing these parameters, different OC curve will be obtained. Figure will show the basic diagrams of OC curve. There are always 2 risks associated with OC curve. One is producer risk, one is consumer risk, and there are 2 different regimes, AQL regimes and indifferent quality regimes. Now as shown in figure, OC curve will mainly focus on the following points. Number 1 is AQL. What is AQL? What is acceptable quality level? AQL represents the maximum proportion of defectives which the consumer finds definitely acceptable. Second one is what is RQL? What is rejectable quality level? RQL is also known as LTPD, lot tolerance percent defective, and it is the definition of unsatisfactory quality. It represents the proportion of defectives which the consumer finds definitely unacceptable. And RQL is an unacceptable quality level. The probability of exceptions for an RQL lot should be low. The probability of accepting a lot at RQL level represents consumer risk. And third one is IQL, indifferent quality level. This is a quality level somewhere between the AQL and RQL. It is frequently defined as the quality level having a probability of exceptions of 50% for a given sampling plan. Now as I said earlier, there are 2 risks associated with OC curve, producer risk and consumer risk. So there are always 2 parties to an exception procedure, the party submitting the product for exceptions and the party for whom the decision is made regarding exceptions or rejections, means either producer and consumer. So there are 2 types of risk associated with exception sampling method. One is producer risk and other is consumer risk. Now what is producer and what is consumer risk? First one is producer risk. The ideal sampling plan which will satisfy both consumer and producer is not possible. Some compromise has to be made and both have to tolerate certain risk. If the quality is good, still from sampling plan some lots are rejecting, the producer has to suffer and the associated risk is known as producer risk. So the producer risk is the probability of rejecting a good lot which otherwise would have been accepted. Second one is what is consumer risk. If the quality is bad, still from the sampling plan, some lots are to be accepted, then consumer will suffer. So consumer risk is the probability of defective lots being accepted which otherwise would have been rejected. Now there are many types of sampling plans, but the sampling plans may be grouped in basically following three categories. One is single sampling plan, second one is double sampling plan, and third one is multiple sampling plan. What is single sampling plan? When a decision of acceptance or rejections of the lot is made on the basis of only one sample, then the exception plan is known as a single sampling plan. In a single sampling plan, there three numbers are specified. Let us consider capital N is equal to lot size from which the sample is drawn, small n is equal to sample size, and C is equal to exception number. If capital N is equal to 50, small n is equal to 5, and C is equal to 1, this means take a sample of 5 items from the lot of 50. If the sample contains more than one defective, reject the lot, otherwise accept the lot. Inside there are flow charts for the single sampling plan. Now what is double sampling plan? In double sampling plan, the decision of exception on rejections of the lot is based on the two samples. A lot may be accepted at once if the first sample is good enough, or rejected at once if the first sample is bad enough. If the first sample is neither good nor bad enough, the decision is based on the evidence of first and second sample combined. Consider following parameters. Small n1 is equal to number of pieces in the first sample. Then C1 is equal to exception number for the first sample. Small n2 is equal to number of pieces in second sample. Then n1 plus n2 combined means number of pieces when both samples are combined. And then C2 is equal to exception number when both samples are combined. So here figure will indicate flow charts for the double sampling plans. Third one is, what is multiple sampling plans? Multiple sampling plan is generally used when 3 or more than 3 samples of stated size are permitted, and when the decision of exceptions or rejections must be reached after a stated number of samples. A first sample of N1 is drawn. The lot is accepted if there are no more than C1 defective, and the lot is rejected if there are more than R1 defectives. Otherwise, a second sample of N2 is drawn. The lot is accepted if there are no more than C2 defectives. In the combined sample of N1 plus N2, the lot is rejected if there are more than R2 defectives in the combined sample of N1 plus N2, and the procedure is continued. Now next point is control charts. What is control charts? In simple way, control charts is a graphical representations of the collected informations based on the inspection. It detects the variation in process and warns if there is any departure from the specified tolerance limits or not. The control charts which are most commonly used are always two types. First one is control charts for variables, and second one is control charts for attributes. Now what is control charts for variables? Control charts based upon measurement of quality characteristics are called as control charts for variables. The variable control charts that are most commonly used are average or X bar charts, range or R bar charts, and sigma bar chart or standard deviation charts. Control charts for variables are used when decision of exception or rejections of the lot is based on quality measurement parameter like diameter, length, width, and so on. What is control charts for attributes? Control charts for fraction defective means P chart, and defects per unit means C charts are the attributes control charts. When decision of exception or rejections of the lot is not based on quality measurement parameter, then attribute control charts are used. A fraction defective control charts disclose erratic fluctuations in the quality of inspection, which may result in improvement in inspection practice and inspection standards. Thank you.